My video for March the 30th, 2018 is entitled, "Anything Goes Means There Is No Law." The so-called legal system was created to circumvent common or natural law. The criminals who created it were and are the money changers, attorneys, and politicians. It's insane, but then so is the world of delusion they created. Forget the 10 Commandments. Those at the top of the system lie, steal, rape, kill, and commit many other crimes against humanity. So many people say it's our fault, as if we are responsible for our own deception. That's insane. That's an insane proposition. How can those who are deceived be lawfully accountable? If some of us had not awakened, however little, we would not even realize how enslaved we really are as a human family. Us and them is an artificial construct, yet it is our very personal experience that solidifies the deception in our mind. Our conscience is seared, allowing continuation and perpetuation of the crimes. If we are not able to respond in a meaningful and substantive manner, who is? Sorry, folks, but the creator of all that is holds ultimate responsibility. God is accountable. I would give anything to have the ability to bring about real change in this world, but unless I am empowered along with others who see the deception, nothing will ever transform humanity for the good. Yesterday, I was informed by YouTube that my video that has the most views for the entire year so far, I think there was 1,700 views or something like that, was taken down for policy violations. Now, I've appealed it, but I'm not sure if the appeal is going to do any good. Now, I was told by someone that Jordan Sather had his channel taken down, but then it was reinstated again. So I don't know what the outcome of this thing with YouTube is going to be, but YouTube and Facebook, folks, are CIA inventions to spy on humanity. And of course, humanity has used them, many of us, to help others awaken and to try to get the truth out. But I am very frustrated, not just by this, but by what I've witnessed throughout my 71 and a half years on this planet, of the criminality of those in high places. Now, I didn't see it when I was a kid. I didn't see it when I was a young man. I was still buying into the system. I still believed when I was in the army that that our politicians were honest. I mean, I was totally surprised and disappointed when I realized that the people that are, quote, our leaders are some of the worst people on the planet. And some would say they're not even people. They're an alien race that has learned to present themselves as if they are human, but they are not really even human. And I don't care what form intelligent beings take. I would want intelligent beings to be intelligent. But control and lying and deception and murder and rape of children and rape of anybody is not intelligent. It's a violation of natural law, common law. My rights end where the next person's rights begin. And if I violate those rights, I need to be held accountable. I accept that. That's natural law. That's common sense. But common sense isn't very common in humanity. And those that want to control everything are the worst examples to be held up, to emulate them. And yet so many people said, well, if I want to succeed in life, I have to emulate them. I have to do it the way those that are successful have done it. And they have done it through fraud and deception and all sorts of conniving. And if their lips are moving, they're lying. I know I keep saying that. I've said it lots of times, but it's true. Politicians are continuously liars, but behind the politicians are the bankers. It's the money system that has created all of the fraud. It's the enslavement that doesn't allow us to see that we are actually enslaved by the very thing we're now chasing after, money. We don't need money, but money is what we're used to. So maybe a lot of money in the hands of people with integrity and with high moral values, maybe we will be able to change things around if we are empowered. I mean, I read the Anastasia books and see how empowered she is as an individual. And yet, maybe in Russia, there are major good changes taking place, but it hasn't gotten to the United States yet. It hasn't gotten to the so-called Western world. I don't know if China is an enigma to me. Some people say that even the communist Chinese leaders now are actually benevolent and want to do right by humanity. Do I believe that? I would like that to be true, but is it true? I don't know. I don't know what the truth is, except that I know when something happens that is a violation of, again, natural law, common law. I can see that. So can anybody else that isn't totally brainwashed and has totally committed themselves to the deception. I try to get my family to see it. I try to get friends to see it. I've lost so many friends because they think that politics is an anathema. If you're political, you can't be spiritual. And these people say, focus on the positive, not the negative. Telling the truth is never negative. Truth, knowing the truth, is what will set us free. And only knowing the truth will set us free. We can't be free if we continue to push away those that are trying to tell us the truth. Now, I've had people in my spiritual community walk away from me and say, that's negative. And they turn their backs on me and they don't even want to talk to me. I mean, I've had it happen more than once with more than one individual. People don't want to hear the truth. And it's not necessarily because they're bad, it's because they're afraid. And we're all afraid of being abused because we've told the truth. And there's a long history of people who have been truth tellers who have been abused in our culture. Who's responsible for that, if not the ultimate creator of it all? I don't buy this thing that God is good if God refuses to take action, if God refuses to stand up for his own creation because he doesn't want to violate anybody's free will. Those that have already violated others' free will need to be accountable. That's the point that I'm trying to make, and I've been trying to make it for a long time. I want to live to see the kingdom of heaven manifested on earth, where we actually are learning to cooperate with each other, to listen to each other, to know each other, each as part of a greater whole, and that we can work together to create and co-create a world that lifts us to plateaus of experience that thrill us, not frighten us. Anyway, folks, I'd like everyone to get the message. Can I make that happen? I wish I could. Thank you for listening, and namaste.